Our next problem is GCD of two numbers, a recursive procedure for finding GCD of two numbers. How do we calculate GCD of two numbers? Let me consider two values. A is equal to 125 and I'm considering simple values so that process will be easy for me to explain you, right? A is equal to 125, B is equal to 50, right? So how do I calculate, get greatest common divisor of these two numbers? Procedure says that if B is 0, for example, if you reach a step where B becomes 0, then answer is A. Okay, so that is the answer. Fine. Here B is not 0. In case if B is not 0, then what you have to do is make A is equal to B and then B is equal to A modulus of B. Means I have to repeat the process by considering B and A modulus of B as a second number. I have to repeat the same process. Okay. So let me consider the same values 125 and 50. So here B is not 0. Then what is the step 2? Step 1 says that GCD of 125, 50 is nothing but B is not 0. Then I have to go for GCD of 50. And then what is A modulus of B? 125 modulus of 50. So let me consider 125 modulus of 50. What is the answer? 25, right? So here I will write 25. Still B is not 0, then I will be calling the same process GCD of next time 25. And then what is 50 modulus of 25? 50 modulus of 25. 50 modulus of 25 is obviously 0, right? 50 modulus of 25 is 0. Very good. So next I will be writing GCD of what is that B value? B value is 0. See, here I have reached a statement where this is equal to 0. When B is equal to 0, what is the answer? When B is 0, A is the answer, right? See, this is the statement. When B is equal to 0, answer is A. So what is the greatest common divisor of 125 and 50? Answer is 25, right? So how do we do that same thing in recursive process? So this is the process. Here I am considering A and B as the values. If B is 0, return A. And then if it is not the case, if B is not 0, then return GCD of B and A modulus of B. Because this process should be continued till you reach this condition. What is that condition? What is the base case? When B becomes 0, then A is the answer. Fine. For example, I will be writing 1, 2, 5, 0 and 50. So let me run this code. What is the answer? 50 is the answer. For example, if I say 500, what is the answer, children? Okay. What is the answer? 250 is the greatest common divisor. Hope you have understood. So let us consider a problem, a program to find a to the power of b. So how do we find a to the power a raised to the power of b? A to be multiplied b number of times. For example, if you take 3 to the power of 5, 3 to be multiplied 5 times means 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. So I can write this problem as 3 into 3 to the power of 4. Is it okay? Next time, how do I write 3 to the power of 4? 3 to the power of 4 can be written as 3 into 3 to the power of 3. What about 3 to the power of 3? Again, I can write 3 into 3 to the power of 2. So what is the recursive case in this program? Recursive case is that whenever I want to find a to the power of b, you write a into a to the power of b minus 1. So this is the recursive case. What is the base case? When b reaches 0, then what is the value of a to the power of 0? A to the power of 0 is always 1, whose result is already known to us. Right? By using this base case, we can call that function recursively in order to find a to the power of b. Right? So how to do that program? Let us run. Let us execute that code. So let me write this program once again. Def power of a b, where a and b are two arguments. I'm trying to find a raised to the power of b. Okay, so what is the base case, children? If b is 0, then simply return 1, isn't it? Because a to the power of 0 is always 1. Else, if b is not 1, I'm trying to find a to the power of some value. Let it be 2, 3, whatever it may be. So what I can do is return. So what should I return? A multiplied by, I have to call that function again. So what are the values I should send next time? Instead of sending b, I will be sending b minus 1. Means what? It is calculated. For example, in the case of 3 to the power of 5, first it calls for 3 and 5. Next time it will say 3 into power of 3 and 4. Next time this function will be returning 3, and 3 to the power of 3 it will continue, right? So let us call that function. How do I call? Let us print power of 3 to the power of 5. Okay, so I'm sending 3 and 5. Okay, so let us add one more statement. Print a is equal to b is equal to. Okay, so let us print that value. A is equal to a value, and then b is equal to b value. Okay, so that you can better understand, right? Every time it reaches this else condition, it will print a and b values, and then it will recursively call the next step. So let us run this code. See, a is equal to 3 and b is equal to 5. Next time it will say that a is equal to 3, b 4, and it is calling a 3 3 and 3 2 3 1, and then after that it is returning 1, and then it continues, right? So whenever it returns, value will be calculated. Is it clear?